Good afternoon, everybody. This is Plants2K Gaming here, coming to you live in War Thunder. So let me just start by saying, I know I said we were going to be doing Total War 3 Kingdoms today, but we've still got about 3 hours, till that comes out. So I thought, in the meantime, that's more than enough time for us to cover the latest War Thunder update, Raining Fire, in that time. So we're going to do just that. I'm going to get my chat configured here, and what I thought I would do, because it popped up, I was loading it in, I popped up with the update notes, and I was having a quick little scroll through, because I did load it up yesterday just to kind of have a look what the update was about, and it didn't seem like a very significant update, put it that way. So I was just about to skip past this, actually, and then I thought, well, I'd have to scroll down, and I started going through it, and actually there's a few interesting points that I would quite like to point out. So I think we're going to go through it together, because it does make for an interesting read. That there's a lot more, like, under the surface of this update, than just effectively simple additions. So I think I wouldn't say I glossed over the fine details. I'd say Gaijin kept it a little brief with their like update news, the update video, the web articles, obviously dev blogs, just focus on the new stuff. So we are gonna get into that right now. And while we're doing that, I think what I'll do is I think we'll have a little bit of War Thunder background music in the background going at the same time, just so it's not just me, boring old me. Right, okay, here we go. Right, so let's go through these patch notes then. And you should be able to hear me over that, I hope. Yeah, it should be fine, I think. Right, so let's just disable that for a sec. Sup, play, Bon, it's much appreciated, dude. If you're trying to suggest almost like a bit of a follow for follow thing, then you know that's against TOS, right? So I'm just going to pretend you never said that. Right, so let's go through these patch notes then. So we've got update Raining Fire, introducing War Thunder Raining Fire, a brand new major update that introduces almost 30 new machines, including the Jaguar jet fighters, the long-awaited P-47 Thunderbolt Razorback, 2 new versions of the T-72 main battle tank, and many more new aircraft, ground vehicles and vessels. Additionally, we are pleased to bring you new maps and missions, as well as many gameplay improvements and a long list of game fixes. Right, so the new content, physical content, is what we already know of. So the new ground vehicles, Germany's getting the TAM-2C, Russia is getting the T-72B 1989 and the T-72B3, Japan is getting the Chiha long gun, China's getting the CM-25. France with the Char Samua, however that's pronounced in French, SM. Sweden, the STRV-104. New aircrafts is the, well, you probably already know about this one, the P-47, the Razorback. The YP-38 is, I thought this was interesting. This is kind of just like a replacement for the XP-38 for people that get the Pacific Campaign package. They got the P-51 C-10, which is a new surprise. In the Russian side of things, the Su-6 single seat is a premium, followed by the Su-7 BKL. I think one of the highlights for this update is the fact that Britain and France are getting the, with Britain get the GR1. Germany is getting an IL-28. Japan, by the looks of it, is getting a B6N2 cockpit update. China is getting the Q5 early. Italy, the BF110G4, which is going to be a premium. France also getting a premium P40F5. Sweden is getting a B17BS. In terms of the Navy, the new vessels is the heavy cruiser, the USS Northampton. USSR, the SKR PR50 Yenot. Britain is getting the HMS Peacock. Japan, Chidori, and the Akebono on the premium section. Italy's getting the MAS 561, the Zara, and the Comandante Med Agli di Oreo, I think. I'm not too sure. New locations and missions. So we got naval missions for the location Aleutian Islands. New aircraft location Winter Mozdok has been added. New historical aircraft missions. Mozdok Winter 1943. Moscow 42nd kilometer. Another Moscow narrow for Minsk. Moscow Serpokov. Right, so this is where this is getting a bit more interesting. So we've got some fixes made to the no aircraft location. Missing rivers on the southern part of the map have been added. The map of the aircraft location for Moscow has been redesigned for better readability. Changes in historical aircraft missions. Ladoga has been reworked. Gaijin Gol has been changed. Korsun has seen changes. Kaminsk has been changed. Kursk, Mozdok, and Normandy has also been changed. Right, so general changes here. This is probably one of the most interesting sections. So the base models for bombing have been changed to the correct ones. Their functionality is now similar to enduring confrontation mode. After distraction, bases may respawn randomly in certain positions, designed for every mission. Airfields have been removed from the target list. They cannot be destroyed anymore, so you cannot bomb airfields anymore, they're gone. That's no longer a thing. Airfield models and their locations towards the centre of locations have been standardised. In low tier battles, they are located 12 kilometers from the location centre. Tier 20 kilometers and high tier 26 kilometers. Previously, all tiers had airfields located 20 kilometers away from the location centre. The size of an airfield now depends on the battle's rank. Mid-tier missions now have stage airfields located. I mean, don't get me wrong, it kind of makes a lot of sense that they've done this. But I actually didn't mind having an airfield where it was all 20 kilometers away, like in the lower tier stuff, because then you'd actually have to fly a little bit somewhere to actually get yourself set up. There is, like they proposed, 12 kilometers. That's not going to give you a lot of time, especially for those that want to do like high altitude stuff, but we'll see. During confrontation, this probably doesn't matter too much because it probably hasn't moved to realistic yet. The mode in English Channel location, a fourth seaport has been added for each side. So the total number of seaports is now 8. Aircraft that are in the air will no longer be counted in capturing seaports. New naval enduring confrontation in Denmark location has been added, 4 seaports each side, which is 8 in total, and the size is 86 by 86 kilometers. So in terms of ground vehicle models, we have new anti-aircraft machine guns have been added for the following: the Panzer IIIM, the Panzer IIIN, the Panzer IV-H, the whatever that may be, couldn't tell you, Panther A, Panther G, Tiger II P, Tiger II H, and the Tiger II 10.5cm gun. We've got new chassis modifications. We have right, we have the Panzer IIIJs, J1s, Ls, Ms with removed protection screens on the hull, and the N with removed protection screens on the hull. Isn't that exactly what you've just said? Okay. Laser detection warning has been added for basically all of the top dogs, effectively. Resistance values of damage from heat and AP shells have been updated and clarified from the following vehicles. So I could literally go on with this all day, but basically what they've done is they have added proper parameters to all of the ground-based projectiles in game. So that's going to change people's marksmanship considerably from how they've been able to squeeze shells into impossible places before. Alright, so mostly tons of new modifications, armor changes, generic changes all across the board. Fly model changes. I found what was interesting. The 190 or modifications, automatic tailplane positioning for landing mode has been enabled to facilitate 3-point position. Flap angles have been specified as well as their polarity in all positions. Combat flaps effectiveness has been increased, extending landing gear changes the balance of the aircraft slightly, making the tail lighter. Landing roll without brakes has been increased significantly. Brake effectiveness has been increased, which may cause nose over when landing on the main gear with brakes enabled. Aircraft controls in all control modes have been improved. WEP time has been limited to reference values. I found this one was interesting. The F-104, the combat flaps, has been removed in accordance with the operational manual. A4B, a bug has been fixed with the low roll rate, so the roll rate has been set to 270 degrees per second according to the operations manual. Yeah, all the helicopters are getting all their laser detection systems. That's just going on about sea mines. Economy research is fairly small because I mean they have already done an economy update. Yeah, not really anything there. Right, so what have we got here? Okay, right, this is interesting. Right, decorations have been redistributed into new groups. Late single colour and late desert camouflage for the Soviet top tanks have been added for purchase and research. Now, this is what's caught my eye. The insignia and decals have been moved to the standard camouflage layer. Previously issued decals also remain available. The M46 Tiger, the M18 Black Cat, the Cobra King M3A1 US Marine Corps, the M2A4 1st Armored Division, the M5A1 5th Armored Division, is that the German Churchill? I don't know. The Panzer II C TV Russia, the Su-76M, the M3 USSR, T26, the Iron Duke 4, the Sherman 1C, T Mark 1, the A13 Mark 2, IS-2, and the T-3485. And we'll have to take a look at that. The insignia decals have been moved to the additional free camouflage testing ground 113. Decals issued previously also remain available. Default camouflage has been changed. KB220 Grant 1. Task values for obtaining camouflage in all vehicles have been recalculated. That's good. Increase of the values is now smoother and will be noticeable, especially in top ranked vehicles. Okay, that's interesting. The order of receiving camouflage is now shift to a single scheme, Desert, Winter, Forest. Affect any already achieved camouflages. If new values are enough for obtaining the camouflage, you will get both immediately. The USA, the winter camouflage will be given out before the bi-color one. Germany, the winter camouflage will be given out before the lines and spots, and forest and desert camouflages will be switched in places. Right, collections. A new entity collection has been added to the game. It is a set of items for assembling of which receives reward. The reward will be given out only if there are items, decals, and corrections on the player's account. Okay. Interface. Yeah, I'll show that off. Game mechanics. Yes. Kind of already know about all that. Oh god, they've been playing with the sounds again. The sounds of cannons and machine guns of land and sea vehicles have been corrected towards greater clarity. The low frequency component of the shot has also been emphasized. Good. That's good. I like that. Thank you. That means my filters have to do less work. Thank God. New sound events for the M61 rotary gun have been created. Okay. We can check that out. Principle of reverb response for all sounds have been changed in order to make the sound more natural. Previously, algorithmic reverberation was used, real-time calculation of the reflection of a sound from a certain virtual volume, parameters of which are set by a mathematical function. Now convolution reverberation is used, that is the application of the convolution operation to the original sound in the game, and the reference sound recorded in conditions. For sounds inside the cockpit of an aircraft or a tank, real reflections, impulse response of a real volume, like street, room, cockpit, etc., are used, recorded in the interiors of actual military vehicles. For the sounds of the environment, reflections were used, recorded in the field and in areas with medium and dense buildings. Also, when approaching the ground on an aircraft with a third-person view, you can feel the reflections of sounds from the land's surface. That is interesting. That is very interesting. We've so got to try that out in a bit of testing. That's interesting. Okay. That's got to be. If you are a really like a sound fanatic, this is almost like finding a little bit of gold. This could be really interesting. I'm curious now. Okay, what else is there? Sounds of flying bullets and shells have been changed. They now click or clap as they fly past the listener. Wouldn't quite explain it like that, but okay, fine, I get what you mean. A bug has been fixed due to which the shell/bullet fly past sound was played when hitting the player's vehicle. Now the sound of flight only sounds when it passes by. Now when a tank turret is ripped off, it falls to the ground with a characteristic sound. Okay, interesting. Alright, there we go. So there is some interesting behind the scenes stuff in these patch notes, which I don't think a lot of people realise. Alright, okay, so let's try some of this stuff out then. I mean, first of all, we've got the Jaguar GR1, so yeah, we might as well take a look at that, give it a test fly, and we'll see what some of these new sounds are like actually. Before we do that though, if we take a look at the armor protection, now this has got to be by far the most anticipated things that I've been waiting for, but then haven't been in a rush to see it added, so whenever they got around to it. But it's fantastic to see that we now have protection analysis aircraft. And I mean, not just against other aircraft, this is what I wasn't expecting they've gone above and beyond. You can simulate shots from not just aviation, but ground vehicles and helicopters. So for example, if we, I don't know, let's say we picked a Challenger Mark II, right? You could actually simulate a tank shot hitting this Jaguar. So for example, if we did it from the front, I mean, the chances of such a scenario is like next to none, but I like the fact it's there. It's fantastic. It's great to see. I can try all different kinds of combinations, and it's not just limited to aircraft either. They've also added it in for helicopters. So if we take a look at our links over here, and we did the same thing, we can also simulate shots from not just helicopters, but ground vehicles and aviation as well. So there we are, so we shoot it from a Javelin. You can see what damage we can do. So that for me is really good. The only thing I would say is because they've done it for helicopters and ground vehicles, helicopters and aircraft. With the ground vehicles, you can only do it for other ground vehicles. So I mean, if they could add the option to also select like helicopters and aircraft, because for instance, you know, if you're going to try and do a bit of aircraft tank stuff, and you know, you want to try and see right what's going to be the best angle to try and see if our guns can actually penetrate, then that would be good to see. But that's only a minor little thing, probably a slight little oversight. Right, where were we? We were going for the Jaguar, weren't we? So I'm not going to lie, I did do a very short test flight with this last night actually. So I kind of already do have an idea of the capability of this aircraft, and I think I'm pleasantly surprised actually, and I think a lot of people will be. I mean, I know Gaijin have already downplayed it in the devlog for it, where they're like, hey, look, it's an attacker, effectively, not a fighter. Bear that in mind. But actually, this is not going to have a problem fulfilling a fighter role if it needs to. And let me demonstrate. I would keep it as current. I mean, I tried it with current, and that blew me away, just stock. So the only thing I didn't quite get was this little map radar thing. Is it supposed to move with us, or I don't know. I found that was a little weird. Alright, let's shove that out of the equation. Right. And it would help if we had a bit of sound. There we go, that's better. Right, so we go take off flaps. I can definitely tell a difference. There's a lot more reverb. I've probably got this double reverb now because I mean they've they've increased the reverb. I already added reverb. Wow. Okay, that's bassy. There's like nothing outside. Gear up. So what I did find is that after a couple of minutes, the afterburners will start to overheat unless you're above around about 20,000 feet. I would presume this map thing would supposed to move with us, but I don't know. It just kind of doesn't seem like it's working. Right, we'll get ourselves set up and get a bit of speed. I think you'll be very impressed with the roll rate of this aircraft. We're going to get it to about 500. And then check this out. And it doesn't deviate either. Let's try that again overland. Imagine this in VR. Whee! We took out a full fuel load as well, bearing that in mind. Now I'll tell you what the trick is with this aircraft, right? It's got a clever little trick that this thing can do, right? So let's say you got someone on your tail, right? And you can do all your dodging stuff and all that good stuff, right? Doesn't really do it's a bit meh, as you can see, right? That's because don't do that. Don't do that. Instead, roll her upside down. Basically, show off her belly, right? And then basically then pull up. Right? So if we get a bit of speed up, and it will show perfectly what I mean, right? And ideally, you want to do this in a turn. It doesn't have to be a massive turn or anything, but just a bit of a turn. So yeah, we're getting to like 750 or something. Right, and then we'll just bring it into a turn. There we are, that'll do. And then you realise you've got someone on your tail, straight up. I'm trying to remember how I got this, the best. Right, there you are, right. Right, so that's what you got to do. I knew there was a nick to it. So, basically, when you're in your turn, what you want to do is you want to kind of have a upside down like this, and then you want to bring the nose so it points down, and then instantly bring it back up again. I buggered that up. Probably because I was too slow. Right, okay, this should be better. Right, so let's start our turn again. And then what you want to do is then bring it up like this. There we go. See that? That's going to be a fantastic tactic for you guys to use, to basically just like confuse whoever's behind you. Hopefully the idea is they're going faster, they'll shoot fast, you can head off in another direction, and then you'll be able to outturn them and then get on their tail. That's basically all you got to do. Head down, nose straight up, then break off in whatever direction you want to break off in. And I can tell you now, stuff like F4s, they are not going to be able to react to that. MiG-21s, they might have a bit of a challenge. I mean, they might be able to eventually catch up to you depending on what the specific situation is. But you'll definitely have a few seconds of, like, grace there. You just got to make sure you have enough speed and altitude to pull it off. I mean, if we try climbing a little higher, we will see how long we can basically pull that manoeuvre off for, because there is a limit to it. Right, we're going a bit faster this time as well. Let's go from like 900 and see how that goes. Alright, so here we go. So yeah, there does become a sweet spot, like speed-wise. I reckon the maximum you'd probably be able to pull that one off is probably about 800, I'd say. Yeah, so there does become a point where it just locks up on you. I mean, you can do all kinds of really cool stuff with the rudder as well, so there's other options. I mean, you know, check this out. All recoverable as well. I mean, you can even do like a roll to the right and then use left rudder, and that'll give you a really nice spin as well. Yeah, I'll be very interested to see what this thing is like in a couple of dogfights. Right, so they made sound changes to like low level flying and stuff, so let's see what this is like. Because I know it used to be just like a generic like wind sound sort of type thing. Okay, and then what about from within the cockpit? Wow, you actually do. You actually get it from inside this time. Can't say I haven't noticed it from within the cockpit before. Right, now Dover. Built up area, it should be different. According to what they've said. Not really noticing much. Alright, what about other jet aircraft then? Let's see what that sounds like. you know what? The only thing I would say is that that little like radar warning thing on the right, does that plane look like a bit distorted to you? I mean, I don't know what it is, I just don't look right. That's probably just me. Right, let's try from being outside of the aircraft first. I think we've lined this up all wrong. Yeah. See, you can get it spot on along that bit there. We'll wait for him to come back round again. I just hope we've timed this right. Okay, not too bad. I've had better passes though. Yeah, there's definitely quite a bit of reverb there. I want to see if we can get it directly head on, then I'll have a good idea. And if we get any reverb from within the cockpit, then we know they've definitely made some good changes otherwise. Otherwise then we'll definitely know it's just my filters. Ooh, we're trying to get our timing just right, it's just not happening, is it? See, if I can get him set up along that bit there, I know exactly where he'll be. But then at the same time, you've got to be at a fast enough speed to get the good enough effect of the reverb off the other aircraft. I'd say it doesn't seem as aggressive. We'll try in the cockpit. I don't know. Strange. Hmm. Meh, I'm not too convinced. Unless it's more noticeable on stuff like propeller aircraft that are slower, then I don't know actually, to be honest. Alright, let's get into some War Thunder matches, because we've got AIM 7 air-to-air missiles to research. I'm literally just letting it roll right now. How long can we keep the nose up for? No, I'm slightly worried the nose isn't heavy enough. Oh dear, it's not. Oh dear. It did kind of look like the centre of gravity was just like probably a little bit aft of the main gear. I tell you, let's try off the bonus Smith. We're a rocket plane. As expected, we damaged the tail. Haha, we made it. Oh dear. Oh no. No. Ow. Right, okay, let's head back. Also, for the most observant among you, yes, you'll know that my balance has gone down. That is because I have I purchased the F104A because they obviously, when they moved all the aircrafts to the new tree in this update, I thought, oh, well, there's a slot there. So yeah, I just thought I would get ahead of the game with that one. This P-51 came as a shock actually when I saw it in the tree. I had no knowledge about it whatsoever. I suppose it kind of makes sense. Ground forces, we're doing well. We've actually, I've bought a few tanks here and there. We're just slowly making our way down the tree. Now they said there was a new sound for this, apparently. Oh, okay. Hang on. I like that. I like that. You can actually now test drive with a certain amount of shells that you want on board. You couldn't do that before. Nice. I think it was this one. I have no idea how the radar works on this thing. I didn't before, I still don't know. That sounds different. That sounds a lot meatier, actually. What about from inside? Okay. There's definitely some sound changes here. Kind of makes me wonder whether I don't need this one anymore. Hang on, let's try disabling this one. Yeah, not quite. Alright, let's just hear this gun. Interesting. Alright, let's try something else. There is definitely some changes to the sound. Alright, let's try 40 mils. Let's work our way up to study something bigger. This is why I don't play AA. Haha, we got it! Okay, interesting. Right, now we can actually hear it. Okay, interesting. let's try something else. There's definitely something, I just can't quite put my finger on it. Right, now this tank used to be the basiest tank that I found was the 105mm Sherman. So let's try it. Okay, it's quite a bit zoomed out on there, so let's try inside. I think they've overkilled that. Hang on, let me turn this off. Meh. Okay. Let's try 2 more vehicles I got in mind. There is the massive T-30. And there's the XM1, and I think that kind of puts that one to bed. Damn, this long reload. Meh. I think there's some subtle changes, but not really much more than that. Yeah, meh. Very much a meh. I'll try the XM1, but I don't think there'll be any real difference. Alright, okay, let's get into some matches then. Let's take out the F4E, I think. I wonder if there's any options, new sound options because of that. Yeah, not really. Alright, I tell you what, let's try this mark a favourite thing. So it shows it at the top. Okay, that's kind of cool. That makes it a little bit easier. Alright, here we go. We start off in the air. Right, okay, get ready for the sonic booms, guys. Oh my god. We're all phantoms. Do you know what? I have never seen that before. Do you remember I said on a previous stream, wouldn't it be funny if we ever came across a game where it was just we were all phantoms? And sure, today's the day. I got in a match when we're all phantoms. That is hilarious. Oh, what's this new UI thing? What's with the little diamonds? What's with the diamonds? Can we turn that off? Oh, I don't like that. Why have you put diamonds? I'm fine with being able to see where the dot is. I don't need a little diamond. That's just... What the hell? Oh, that's awful. I come in peace. Right, here we go. Bombs way. Oh, right, okay. One of those bases. I was going to say, give me a chance to bomb, guys. Bombs away! Yeah, where are they? Oh yeah, no, I saw him earlier. People are going to think I'm always locking onto them, and actually I'm not. I'm just... Ooh, good maneuver. Nah, he's dead. But are we locked onto? Okay, that was weird. Why not, bro? We've got to try and see if we can change that that UI thing though, because that was... What's with the diamonds? Well, that's depressing. 606. Yeah, new camouflage for my Reaper. Hang on, I thought I already have that. Typhoon 1B. Okay. What finance is a bit of a problem. That's fair enough. I wouldn't know. I haven't tried. I haven't tried these AIM 7s yet. I haven't researched them, and I haven't seen anyone use one yet. Air battle settings. Can we turn off the Can we turn off that little diamond? I don't like the little diamond they've added. Ah, player marker settings. Nickname, vehicle, title, distance. Yeah, no, that's fine. What about the diamond? Alright, sure thing, bro. Thank you very much for the follow. Jakub is not dead. Much appreciated, dude. And good luck with your MiG when you can get it back up in the air again. Where is this little diamond? There must be a way you can turn off this little diamond. Yeah, it's not that. It's naval battles, ground battles, helicopter battles. Hmm. That doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to be stuck having to deal with this little diamond, am I? So if I flick that to no, that's pretty good. Turn them all off. Markers. Define markers at the end of the day. Just come under graphics. No, it's not going to be any of that. I don't think there is a way you can turn that off. That sucks. That actually sucks. Yeah, I can't find it anywhere. I'll try on the next game, see if anybody knows. Must be a setting for it. Alright, turn that off. Then it turns them all off. Yeah, that's what I thought. That is really just frustrating, actually. I know, it makes it feel like really arcadey now, actually. It kind of just puts me off. We are so dead. Well, that was a short map. Those markers are horrible though. That's just really off-putting. I mean, it's not quite so bad for the friendly ones because they're smaller. mean, they just cover the aircrafts. They're huge. And how quickly do these bases respawn, by the way? That still doesn't make any sense. So we can still destroy the enemy airfield? So what does that mean? The existing maps are unaffected, but all new maps will use this new concept. I feel like I'm fighting diamonds, not aircraft. Hasn't seen me. MiG-21. Somebody help me. Ah, that's got it. He just wasted a missile on me. Wow, what an idiot. He's out of fuel. I think we'll watch this because I think we'll win. Come on, buddy. I'm rooting for you. Come on, come on. Nice. So we're gonna win it. I think that F4 botched his landing, so I think that's the end of that. Yep. Oh, we came top of the table. Do you know, I only purchase these things just because it tells me I'm full of stuff. I actually swear I've got like hundreds of these just sitting around. Definitely getting there with the AIM 7E though. Because I mean, how many have I got sitting around? Yeah, I got like 6 of those. One of those, one of those, one of those, one of those. 1, 2, 6. 1. Christ knows how many wages. How have we like researched like over 5,000 on there, yet we haven't actually, like the last match we got like 600, and then the match before that we got like 700. Strange. We'll have to give the scimitar a go one of these days, because we've got that purchased. I don't think I got a crew for it though, so yeah, yeah, on second thought maybe not. I think that'll probably be just short, like another 300 grand. It's amazing how now the event is over, how everyone was like avoiding bombing like the plague. Welcome to F4 Thunder. No, the match I had earlier was F4 Thunder. What was the explosion? I mean, I know it weren't me. Well, I mean, at least from another point of view, at least with these horrible diamonds that are taking up the screen, I'll be able to suss out what is a dirt spot really easily on my screen. Any blemishes, stuff like that. Make cleaning the thing easier. I don't like the look of that one. Do you know, that was really weird. It's completely changed from being in the cockpit, it was quieter than being outside, to now outside is quieter than being inside. You guys probably can't quite get what I'm getting, unless you got a subwoofer like I have. But it's effectively like got everything like vibrating. It was really bassy, put it that way. Thumbs away. And did I see a Jaguar all the way over there? Is that like, that's like the first Jaguar I've seen in a match. Only me and a 104A. Nice. Death is near. That kind of sounds like audio cracking right now. Is that their new reverb? Yeah, it does seem like it. Mished. No, we missed twice. I do believe we lost. Yeah, there's a few bombers in this match. Yeah, I think there's a bit of confusion there. Players won't work for a Game 7. I mean, I think he's asking about when they're going to add actually chaff, which would actually be able to counter aim 7s. But yeah, players, don't bother. It won't do anything. Because the aim 9s, they are all effectively like passive infrared guidance. So they're almost like semi-guidance, whereas the aim 7 is radar guidance. Hey, you want to get them both, mate? Then sure, I'll go for the airfield, since they seem to be bombable for some reason. Unless they were talking specifically about enduring confrontation, I don't know. So they didn't price it out very well. Just the FDR 2 left. He's down. Good afternoon, Pedders OC. Welcome aboard, dude. How's it going? Nah, mate. UK. I mean, it's similar, but just completely different edges of the globe. That's all. No, I didn't want that one. I want the modules. A couple of matches. I reckon we'll have the aim 7s. Is that me, or have they reduced the prices for the belts? Because I'm sure they were like a couple of thousand per go, which is why I kept it as default. Started playing back in 2013, kind of very much on and off. So yeah, I've been around for a bit. But then I haven't been the most active of player. I mean, yeah, back in the day, I was part of the closed beta testing for the ground vehicles, but I've hardly touched them since they went live. I've caught up a little bit more now than what I was, but still half and half. I'm a bit, I don't know, I'm a bit confused with this new update because I read through the patch notes at the beginning of the stream, and I, I don't know. They kind of made reference to different like sound changes and improvements, but I'm not too convinced that there's been much of a change there. I don't know. I think the biggest weird thing for me is when they've turned around, they've said, "Oh, have got rid of base bombing in terms of the airfields, and we're going to do it like during confrontation, where the bases respawn." But I've played a few matches now, and once all of the bases have been destroyed, you just bomb the airfield like normal. So I don't know whether there's a few translation issues or something. But I mean, as far as updates go, I mean, yeah, I'm glad to see the Razorback. I think that's probably long overdue. But I don't think there's really that much new content. I don't know, I kind of feel like it's been really hyped up, and really, what have we got? We've got we got the Jaguar. That's going to be a nice plane. The Americans just got the likes of like the P-47 and the AIM-7 Sparrow. I mean, I don't know, it just seemed like they were hyping this update up. Like, oh, we're going to be dropping this update. Chances are it's going to be right after Operation Summer has ended, which, sure enough, it was. And then it just didn't seem to be that much. Yeah, I did read they'd make some changes to that. Apparently it's a lot easier to basically flip them over on landing as well. I play a little bit of the Germans, not as much as I'd like to, because like you get to a point where you start getting happy with where you are in the grind, and then they release an update, and then you find yourself grinding again, so you never get the chance to move on to some of the other nations. I mean, considering this update has like dropped a little while after the event, they could have reduced the repair rate for the F11, but I haven't read that they've done that anywhere, so I'm guessing that they haven't. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't have any problem with that type of business model. I mean, it's a great way to get games out there, and ultimately, they got to make money. I fully get that. I don't have any problems with that. I mean, I probably, I bought quite a few of their premium packs and stuff to, support them, but then also to help me with the grind and that. And I mean, yeah, it doesn't make for perfect balancing, but it's not the worst system in the world. But then there have been a few. That was an AIM-7. Is that an AIM-7? FGR2? Have they been given those, or am I just... No, I don't think they have. He was obviously closer than what I thought he was. I'm pretty close. I'm definitely pretty close. We're probably like only a couple of missions away. We like, yeah, just over 10,000 or so. So yeah, I'd say a couple of matches, and we should have the aim 7. That's kind of why I'm taking out with bombs, because it's just easier to get the research done that way, rather than going in for the dogfights. I just don't understand why they're spending so much time with naval though. That's what I really don't understand, because I mean, I don't know what the figures are, but it seems to me that generally across the board, a lot of the player base aren't too interested in it. In the way that in the way that they basically have it in at the moment. So yeah, I don't really get why they're putting so many resources into that. I think with the aim 7, and I mean, I haven't tried this, and you know, I'm actually thinking this could conflict with the way I play a little bit, because the principle behind the aim 7 is to use the onboard radar, and I used the onboard radar before this patch came out, so I'm thinking I might have a problem when I come to use the aim 7. Because what you do is you turn on the radar, which I've got it all custom button set and configured, and it comes up with this little tracking box here. And what I used to use this radar for before the aim 7 was to lock on to targets, like especially in bad weather, to identify how far away they were from me. So for example, if I couldn't see their tag and it was just a spot, I could then shove this radar on, and then when they get within 9.25 kilometers, in theory, they would lock on to my radar, and then they would give me a distance, and they would basically track that aircraft. So what I'm thinking is that my problem I'm going to have is I'm going to use this radar like normal, and it's going to lock onto something, which it can lock onto friendlies as well. And then I'm going to go to fire something, and I'll probably end up wanting to fire, I don't know, say there's a situation where I want to fire an aim 9, and it will automatically fire an aim 7 because it's locked on and configured. That's my only worry. I'm quite intrigued with how the new weapon selection works. You know how you can change like your primary weapons with like one key assignment. I'm quite interested in that, but I don't want to like change everything up again. I think we'll just fly level for a second. Try and get our speed up. Avoid everyone if possible. I think the biggest thing for me this update has to be just the simple target analysis for aircraft and helicopters. All they got to do now is expand it for the ground vehicles, so that the ground vehicles can also, you can analyze shots from aircraft and helicopters, and then that's that whole section all done and dusted. Yeah, you always kind of have to like figure it out. But I do find that when it comes to Gaijin, a lot of these features, they always seem to come in like really discreetly the patch before. So I think, for instance, when the what was it? Was it the F-89 first came about? Woo! Have they made some changes to the F4 model? Wow. Overload from that? Really? Was that just me? Was that actually just me, or did that seem... I mean, that would have been lucky to have pulled, what, like 5G? Played now. That was weird. That was just weird. I don't know how, because you would only get a negative overload if you're actually like inverting yourself, or you're basically pushing forward on the stick, and that wasn't the case. We were doing quite the opposite. That was just strange. That was really strange. So, out of interest, is there anyone else apart from the F4E that gets the Sparrow? I'm not sure if the Starfighters do or not. Oh, so the F4C can get the Sparrow as well. Okay, that's interesting. Cheers, bud. I got it courtesy off of War Thunder Live. Fantastic bloke. Has done multiple camouflages for the F11. Um, well and truly worth checking out. I believe he did all three of these camouflages. I'll have to find his user tag and give him a shout out one of these days, because these are really nice looking skins. It's just a shame the aircraft is too expensive to run. That's the only shame. But hey, it looks nice. It's great to take screenshots with. Yeah, I did. So, the extra camo is the Blue Angels camo that you can see here. I tell you what, you can really see the difference between the default skins and the stuff you can get on the War Thunder Live. Because I mean, on the War Thunder Live, you can get like 4K, 8K stuff, and it really makes a difference. I can't go back now, to be honest. It's like, right, when I get an aircraft, what custom skin can I get for it? Right, so the 104A can't get the Sparrow. Neither can the C. I suppose it kind of makes sense, because I mean the wings are very thin, so it probably can't hold the weight. probably too small as well. I mean, hey, at least look on the bright side. At least it means with the update dropping now, it means there won't be enough one for a little while. And then there won't be, there's not any other events that I've heard of that is around the corner, so that's good. I mean, I've kind of just got to the point where I've covered so much War Thunder in the past month. I feel like every single match I could almost turn into like one of the acrobatic display teams, you know. I could almost script it to that sort of precision, to that degree. I don't know. I mean, it would make sense to shove that one on discount because at the end of the day, it's not really a good plane. So I think it's safe to say none of the high tier stuff will probably go on discount quite yet. I mean, I don't think they will like do the same thing as what they did last year, because last year didn't they have the XM1 like up for free? Like you purchase something and you got like the XM1 for free. I got someone on my left. No, we lost our wing. That's bad. Let's jettison, quick. Get rid of those. Do you know, if we didn't have the engine fire, we might have the slightest of chances of getting back, but nah. Oh, he's still flying. Nice. Well, that was a quick match. I think my biggest problem at the moment has to be the rate at which you gain silver lions. Because I tell you what, the economy financially is such a struggle nowadays. I mean, even working off a premium account like I am, you're having to work a lot harder than what you did before. I'm kind of hoping that they'll also have a discount on the premium account packages, because I tend to get those when they shove those on special, because they're good value. I will say, as far as free to play goes, um, their discount sales are actually really good, because you get like one of the vehicle packs, and that's got to be the best value for money, because like you get a vehicle, you often get like, you know, if you like, you get it when it first comes out and stuff, you end up like getting a additional unique title and a couple of decals and stuff. You get the vehicle, you then get like 2,000 golden eagles, and then you get like 14 days premium account on top of what you originally just wanted, the vehicle. Yeah, I tend to go for the year's worth of premium when that's on special. And then I find myself, when you got like the all the vehicle packs offering 14 days, it just tops it up. Might help if we went full throttle. I think I've actually got to the point where I've got like over like 600 days premium account just sitting around. I think they do it right though, because I mean, yeah, a bit like that. I was seeing those bushes coming up, and I was kind of like, thinking, I'm not gonna make this, am I? I really started cringing at one point there. I think they've definitely got their pricing strategy right. I mean, they're doing something right, because if I compared them to, you know, similar sort of free-to-play games out there, like I don't know, like the like Wargaming with their like World of Tanks, their World of Warships, like their World of Warplanes and stuff. I rarely ever go for premium accounts or additional vehicles and stuff like that in their games, because you don't quite get the same value. And I find the game's not quite as polished. Is it bad to say I was really tempted with that EJ? He looked nice, didn't he? I mean, it was quite slow and all. Who's sure? Break. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, that's got it. I had like how many behind me? Like 1, 2, 3, I think it was. Maybe we should have just gone for that EJ. Oh well, never mind. What I will say is, I think they've updated the sound of the